Hi guys, Max here. So before the video starts, just a quick note. There will be no Halloween Madness anymore. No, I'm kidding. Just tonight, Saturday the 18th, no Halloween Madness stream. But tomorrow on Sunday the 19th, there will be a stream. And so take the time between now and then to get your stories together, to get your videos together, to hop on your little Skype accounts. Yeah, because tomorrow, again, Sunday the 19th, 10 p.m. Central North American Time, there will be a Halloween Madness stream. I hope to see you there. And right now, let's get this video going, which is also an excerpt from the previous Halloween Madness stream. We had fan Jessica on the line with us, and we were reading another TC tale. Enjoy. Go for it, Michael.
Okay. Hey guys, another TC Gentleman story here.
He has to brand name it, right?
Yeah, another TC Gentleman story, man.
Okay.
This one was the scariest paranormal experience I'd ever had in my life. All right, let's get into this.
Yeah.
Got a couple more left, but got a little time on lunch break to type this one out.
All right, let's not get into it just yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, no,
let's preface it with that.
Back in senior year of high school, 99-ish.
Whoa.
I lived up in North Bay, Ontario. At the time, it was a small city getting bigger. Just a tiny little town in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by forests and lakes. Kids didn't have a whole lot to do, and a lot of us used to like camping on the weekends. That sounded weird. Causing shit wherever we could. Fucking A.
Yeah.
But around Halloween, there were a few stories that people used to tell.
All right. Yeah.
Go for it. You want?
Where do you think it's going, Jessica?
Rape. Just kidding. I don't know.
Rape. It's probably rape.
It's
I mean,
gonna
TC.
It's gonna be
Or a
rape.
killer.
Maybe both.
Maybe TC is the killer.
Hopefully both.
Okay.
I'm banking on both.
Should I do different voice for this?
Um,
I'm kind of freaked out that he's 11 years older than me.
that doesn't matter.
You know.
I'm 10 years older than him though.
Yeah. Okay. North Bay was situated right by Lake Nipissing. Huh.
Yeah.
And the city kind of sloped up this escarpment and cliff face. That's a great word, escarpment. Where there was this house that kids used to talk about way past the north side of the town on top of the hill. If you heard it from one kid, the story would change drastically with the next. Some people said that this house was owned by a family of inbred rednecks. Some people say it used to be a place for strange religious followers to meet from all around. So to me and my buddies, we didn't believe much in it. But it could be cool to go down and see before it was torn. Wow. It could be cool to go and see it before it was torn down. All right.
The cops knew that the kids would try to break in and would patrol by the plot of land around dusk to catch kids trespassing, so we decided that we had to choose an off night, like a Monday, and not on Halloween, to have the best chance. Me and my buddies, Kyle and Mickey,
Oh.
it's like fucking
That's
50s.
the squad right there. Yeah, me and
Jesus Christ. Playing stickball.
after our quartet practice.
Yeah, after drinking some fucking some orange juice is
Immersion.
and some Oleo sandwiches. Okay. Would drive up to an access road, cut through a thin tree line, and make the dash across the wide lawn to the house, parking the car out of sight. The plan worked, and we waited at the tree line for the sun to set fully. From the tree line, the land all kinda sloped down to the house in the middle of this huge fucking clearing. If you can understand that.
It's not how he wrote it.
Yeah, he did. The house was a tall ranch-style building, 2 floors and what looked like a cellar basement with a door on the outside. It was boarded up with a few no trespassing signs up on the side doors. Good thing we brought a crowbar.
Okay. Jessica, thoughts?
What's happening?
Too much description.
Too much
Did we need to know it was a ranch house?
too much ambience, you're saying.
I'm just waiting for it to get juicy, so let's just keep going.
All right. You hear that, TC? This could have been cut in half.
Action.
I always think it's sketchy whenever they're really good writers. Because you could
Yeah.
totally just make it up so easily, but whatever.
TC is actually an accomplished mystery rape writer.
Yeah, he's found his niche. On the count of 3, we all started. It should be all of us, man. Not we all. It's all of us. Whatever. On the count of 3, all of us started sprinting down to the house, a good 50 yards away. We ran down this little thin trail path through the tall grass. You know what they say about the tall grass, Duty?
Stay away from that shit.
Don't go into it. And we got into the cover of the porch by the side door. It didn't take long for me and Mick to pry out enough boards so that we could crouch through and get inside. Kyle took the crowbar and decided that he was going to try and get into the basement through the storm door. And he'd meet us inside if he could. So, me and Mick squeezed inside and turned on our flashlights. We felt like straight gangsters for a moment, pulling off a heist perfectly. It was pretty cool. Calm down, man.
The kitchen was full of shit. Just like squatters had thrown their garbage into it. It didn't smell much. So we figured it hadn't been used in a long time. We walked out into a large room. Guess it was like a dining room and living room together or something. We saw a couple areas where kids had spray painted pentagrams and graffiti onto the walls. Typical Halloween stuff. There wasn't any furniture or much of anything left from the people that used to live here. I was kind of thinking this was going to be a waste of time, so I told Mick that I was going to go upstairs if I could, and that he should try to find the door to get down to Kyle. So I go to the front room where the stairs and front door is, and I saw that the stairs looked in good shape.
I took my time and carefully went up the stairs. I was expecting creaking and bending stairs, but they must have really built the shit out of this staircase. Up at the top, there were 3 doors, all kicked down. I could see one was a bathroom, a small bathroom, and then the master bedroom that looked out to the front side of the building. There was more spray painted stuff, candles and cheap Halloween props in one corner, and a bunch of spring mattresses in the master bedroom. I went in and just poked around. A couple of nightstands were still there and had some newspapers in them that I really didn't look through much. But this is where it gets freaky. Okay, before it gets freaky, Jessica, thoughts?
I just wanted to get freaky.
We have to trust him at this point. Apparently, it's going to get freaky.
Okay, let's go.
He's
Okay.
going to talk about ranch stories. Like, houses and shit.
He read a book in that room.
Yeah. He's going to tell...
He read
Plot
War and
synopsis.
Peace in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to talk about the Great Gatsby. Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, I start hearing Mick talking downstairs. So I figure that he found Kyle. But it was one of those conversations like you're listening to someone talk on the phone. You're only getting half of the conversation. But he's giving little uh-huh, nah, stuff like that. So I go to a window in the master bedroom, and I look out of it to see if there's any cops or cars nearby. I don't see anything, but I hear a door slam outside. And footsteps running on the porch. Kyle is booking it back up the trail, yelling for us to get out of there. And I start to laugh a bit until I heard downstairs that Mick is kicking boards out of the side door in panic before chasing after Kyle.
All right. I shout through the broken window, "You fuckers, wait up! You fuckers, wait up!" Mick turns around to look at me up at the top floor, and he has this absolutely terrified look on his face. And he stops just for a second before getting his ass into gear again. I start to panic a bit, since if it is enough to scare Mick, I should be moving too. I think I jumped the entire that was in Scarface, staircase on the way down, and got out of the door as fast as I could. All I could hear in my ears was breathing as I sprinted up the trail in fucking NFL Combine record speed. Because remember, TC is in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Kyle's already got the car started, and Mick is telling me to hurry up. And as I get to the car, I noticed he wasn't looking at me. he was looking past me. I dive into the back seat because he's in good shape, and the car just crashes through some bushes as we get back to the road.
We kind of just stayed quiet for a bit until I asked Kyle why he ran. He said he just had a bad feeling in the basement. That was just this dark room with support beams and a lot of old mattresses and beds, like a bunkhouse or something. He thought he heard something in the corner, thinking maybe it was a squatter that didn't want anyone around. So we just booked it out before he got shanked or something. I said it was probably a raccoon or a squirrel or something like that. I kind of chuckled at that, more out of a relief than anything. But then I noticed Mick was still stressing and sweating, looking pale as shit. I asked him what was up, and he told me what he experienced.
All right. Now, Jessica, thoughts?
Was it a raccoon?
Probably.
Was it a squirrel?
So this happened to TC Gentleman?
Yes,
Yes.
TC, who is in chat, so you feel free to ridicule him.
I mean, I appreciate the writing, but it's just not much is happening.
Not yet.
We went up a staircase.
He flew down a staircase. Cause
Yeah.
he's also in great shape. I can't stress that enough. He's an Adonis. In this account, he said that I said I was going to go upstairs to look around, and that he went into another room, but that I came back to him and said that it's not a good idea to go upstairs, and that we shouldn't be there. It's better if we just go now. Mick says that I was beside him the whole time, and that he kept telling me to quiet down, and that we'd be leaving in a minute or two more. So when he heard Kyle running on the porch, he said that I was right behind him, out the door. And when he got to the path to turn around, he was surprised that I wasn't right behind him. But up in the window on the top floor, we kind of bickered that I was fucking around. But I said that there's no way I could have run upstairs and gotten to that window that quickly if I was right beside him on the porch.
He said that he also saw a shape of a man standing on the porch as we were running away. That's what he was looking at. The rest of the 20-minute car ride home was pretty quiet. Just all of us taking turns saying, shit, fuck, quietly. Ain't much more to say about that. At the end of it all, we had a story that we told a few of our friends, and a few of them kind of believed it, mainly because we aren't the kind of people to make stuff up like that. The building was torn down 3 or 4 years later, and the land went on sale. After it was demolished, I had heard from some friends that still live in the area that they had found a few small burial graves from Native Americans that date back a long way. It all kind of makes sense if you believe in that sort of thing. But in a way, I'm glad I experienced it, despite how terrifying it was at the moment.
Okay, so let's make sense of it. So Kyle,
Well,
wait, who's downstairs, Mickey or Kyle?
It's Mick. Mick was in the basement, like fucking things.
Okay.
No, or is that Kyle? Kyle and Mick were fucking
Each
rolling
other.
around on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those nasty old bed mattresses.
With mold and okay.
Yeah.
And then they thought that TC was down there with them. Right?
Yeah.
And then they said TC was like, you guys should get out, but it wasn't the real TC. It was Ghost TC.
Yeah, or Ghost Indian Native American TC.
Acting as TC. And so then they run.
Yeah.
They look back and they see real TC saying, guys, where's the fake TC? And then he freaks out because they're freaking out, and then he runs after them.
Yeah. Shit gets weird.
As TC, are you an interdimensional being?
TC might be a Native American ghost.
He could be, and not even
Living
know
in
it.
a 2-story ranch house.